With us now is CBS News senior global affairs contributor Ian Bremmer. He is president of the Eurasia Group. Ian, good morning.
Good morning.
There's so much to talk about because the president agreed so quickly to these sort of negotiations. But Margaret Brennan did a great job on Face the Nation getting some details from the CIA director first. The CIA director said that the president of the United States is taking the lead on this. How unprecedented is that?
Well, first of all, there's never been a meeting of any leader around the world with Kim Jong Un, and no American president has ever met with a North Korean leader. So what's so appealing to this from Trump's perspective is he's first, right? And that's a really big deal. I think Trump deserves credit for having pushed the Chinese to toughen sanctions, for having made it clear to the North Koreans that there might even be preemptive military strikes. That has facilitated North Korea saying, hey, we're willing to actually seize on any testing of nukes or missiles until we meet, and we're not going to interfere.
But why not set up a number of conditions, like the return of the 3 Americans in North Korea before deciding to meet? Not just freeze your tests, freeze your whole program. I mean, did he give some stuff away? Of
course he did. And the point is that getting to this point, he gets credit. The process, once the North Koreans said, hey, we're willing to do this stuff, has been abysmal. The Secretary of State had no idea, and literally had no idea. That's thoroughly unprecedented.
Well, explain to people why this is important, though. In a negotiation, you need leverage. So if the president offers himself already in the beginning of the negotiation, he's removing his ability to be used as leverage as negotiations continue. Right?
Well, I mean, he can always change his mind, but the fact is that it's harder, right? I mean, he's made a big give to the North Koreans by saying, I'm going to legitimize you, I'm going to meet. He doesn't think he's given anything, but he doesn't know anything about this policy. Like, we know, we've already seen it with tariffs. Trump's ability to make big statements because he doesn't understand details of the policy and then people have to walk it back that actually implement is overwhelming. And on North Korea, that's dangerous.
As you point out, Ian, no other president has ever done this before. There must be a reason for that, if you could talk about that. So, huge upside. What's the downside?
The reason why Obama, Bush, Clinton haven't met with North Korean leaders is because they understand that dealing with what is already a nuclear power, a rogue state, no information, incredibly intractable. Things can go really badly. If you offer a head of state meeting, you make your presidency about North Korea, which is, that in Israel, Palestine, like the hardest things to try to unwind. Presidencies can go south on that sort of issue. And if you have a meeting with Kim Jong Un and it goes badly, or the meeting goes well and then they cheat, they don't actually go forward with what they've promised you.
And
you've got a lot of egg on face.
Keeping their word.
That's right. There's a lot of egg on face. And if Trump's already said we can do this the easy way or the hard way, we're gonna hit these guys if they actually continue with their program. Harder to back away from that.
But if you're going to use military action, or that's a part of your thinking, don't you have to show that you tried everything possible on the diplomatic front if one day it comes to military action?
Yes.
So that's what Trump is doing.
Well, no, but trying everything possible does not mean start with a head of state meeting. Trying everything possible would mean getting your envoys involved on both sides. And the South Koreans bringing this offer to Trump, they were not suggesting, hey, go and meet with him right away. They're actually concerned. The Japanese, our best allies, who they thought that Trump was doing a hard line, which the Japanese supporting, suddenly the Japanese completely blindsided by Trump accepting a meeting. You want to have your allies on board. That means the Japanese and South Koreans. You also want your allies inside the administration on board. And Trump, a good job getting to this point, an abysmal job because he's going it alone. You need to have the people around you that can help get to a better place. I hope that changes in the next 72 hours.
And just quickly, Kim Jong Un has never left North Korea. Where could this meeting take place?
The easiest place for it to take place would be the Peace House, DMZ, right? And I suspect that's what's going to happen. I also suspect that Putin's going to offer his services to help align these two sides at some point. It'll be interesting to see how we react to that.
So you're not thinking Mar-a-Lago?
I think Mar-a-Lago is not on the agenda.
All right. Thank you, Ian Bremmer. Always good to have you at the table.